This is Science Mentor, and in this lesson, you will learn how to calculate and analyze data using PivotTable in your worksheet in Excel. A pivot table is a summary of your data packaged in a chart that lets you report on and explore trends based on your information. Pivot tables are particularly useful if you have long rows or columns that hold values you need to track the sums of and easily compare to one another. To create pivot table, select part of table that you want to add to your pivot table. Then click Insert, align the top navigation and select the pivot table icon. You can also click anywhere in your worksheet, select pivot table, and manually enter the range of cells you would like included in the pivot table. In the Create Pivot Table dialog box, the default options work fine in most of the cases. Table range box is filled in by default based on your dataset. If your data has no blank rows or columns, Excel would automatically identify the correct range. You can manually change this if needed. If you want to create the pivot table in a specific location, under the option choose where you want the pivot table report to be placed, specify the location. Else, a new worksheet is created with the pivot table. Finally, click OK. To build a pivot table, check the boxes or drag fields into one of the columns, rows, or values area. To change format number of a column, select the column, right-click the value that you want to change its format number, then select value field setting. On the first tab, select number format. As you can see, I want to select percentage as number format for the column that I've selected. The sum function is used by default for numeric value fields you place in your pivot table. If you want to change it, when the value field settings dialog box is displayed, you can click Summarize Values By, and in the Summarize Value Field By box, click the summary function that you want to use. For example, I want to change the sum into average for the first column. For the last column that shows population, firstly I change number format to show thousand separators. And finally I select average as a summarized value for the column. To activate the options, click on the checkbox that says Default Layout Update below the pivot table fields. This will now allow you to add, remove, or modify your pivot tables field without actually updating it. Filtering a specific data, you can drag it into filter box and then you have access to filter search. For instance, I drag country into filter box and I can choose a specific country that I need to access. To remove filter, after right-click the value in the filter box, select Remove Field. Also, you can change the arrangement of boxes in the pivot table. After creating a pivot table and adding the fields that you want to analyze, you may want to enhance the report layout and format to make the data easier to read and scan for details. To change the layout of a pivot table, you can change the pivot table form and the way that fields, columns, rows, subtotals, empty cells, and lines are displayed. Select seating and change the layout to what you really need. You can also change the rows and columns location in the table. For example, I want to show population in the last column. To move pivot table fields box, you can select Move. Also, it is available to resize it. Charts are considered one of the best ways to represent the report. They help us in understanding and analyze the data in a simpler way. An amazing tool in the Excel pivot table is chart. A pivot chart is the visual representation of a pivot table in Excel. Thank you for liking this video and subscribe our YouTube channel for the latest videos.